I was on the Hill yesterday in the Senate Hart building with a group called Doctors Against Genocide. It's about 15,000 doctors and other medical personnel who have put themselves together to protest this. And we were accosted, I almost say attacked, just short of that, by 20 or 30 Capitol police officers just for exercising our right as American citizens to be in, incidentally, one of the American citizens' buildings, the Hart Building in Washington, D.C., and had to take some umbrage at it. And finally, when we went in Tammy Baldwin's office and spoke with her staff, they calmed down a little bit. And later, I'll have to admit, they were pretty nice to us. But I had a conversation, I won't mention his name, with a congressman who is very sympathetic to DAG, Doctors Against Genocide, very sympathetic to them for obvious reasons. And he even mentioned the possibility that Johnson, the speaker, was going to try to orchestrate legislation that would be aimed at removing sitting members of the legislature. Think about that for a minute.
Removing sitting members of Congress for what reason?
You got me. They can't even have the ethics committee meet and remove one for clear ethical violations. So
right now they're going to try and remove them for speech. The speech or debate clause of the Constitution was written to protect that. Of course, the First Amendment was written to keep the government out of the business of speech. Do you think the Trump administration is going to look for ways to suppress speech critical of Israel and supportive of the Palestinian cause, all of which is protected? You can stand in front of a street corner and say, I want Hamas to win, and that's protected speech.
It is. I think there is a possibility that the congressman was right. He knows more about it than I do. He's heard the rumors and rumbles in the Republican Party and in the Congress in general. I don't put it past the people he surrounded him with, Trump has surrounded himself with, coming up with something that will go, not just go after young people on college campuses and their college presidents and others, but also other Americans who are speaking out, particularly on this issue.
You know, the New York Times is a private entity, and they can accept or reject any advertising copy that they want, but they exist because of the First Amendment. They are the premier journalistic entity in the United States of America today. For them to reject an ad because it uses a word to which they object politically, to me, tells you a great deal about them. They don't believe in the freedom of speech.
I think you're absolutely right.